I was about to die. Boop. That's fine. I wasn't too attached to that run in the first place, because I had so much time to be saved in the Sand Kingdom, and then I just, like, derped it up. So... Although the Hat Kingdom... Actually, the Hat Kingdom didn't even go well. It started out super well. Like, I had a perfect triple jump at the start. And that's, like, pretty much the most precise part of doing the Cap Kingdom. And then, rather than do anything with it, I just, like, derped. I guess I didn't really waste that much time. It was only 3 seconds, but I still... Like, there was derps. Actually, that one part, as soon as I get into the tower, is where I was derping most, pretty much. But I do appreciate the fact that in any percent I went straight from, hey, I'm going to do a no reset to, hey, PB. Like 2 runs back to back were no reset into way better than my best. Sometimes he doesn't want to dive here. I don't know why. I don't know if I'm just pressing buttons in not the right order. But I feel like it happens there more often than most other places. Boop. See, now I'm like on board though. Like I'm pretty much signed up. Like I need a second PB today, or else I'm gonna go to bed unsatisfied with how it went today. It's like 1 PB is good, but now I have my mind set on getting the festival percent PB too. Okay, that was pretty good. I can work with that. I probably won't get the... Although I did have some derps in the Cascade Kingdom in the last attempt that I was doing there, and I still got a gold split. My nose is so itchy. Ah, somebody just put me down. I'm going crazy. Boop. Minus 0.2. Well, it's not a lot, but it's green. And there's apparently 9 seconds to be saved here, at least. More than that if you count. I messed up my triple jump. More than that if you count the fact that there was some derps, but there's some derps here now as well. So I guess so much for that one. I like hit the front of the rock and then like rather than land on the rock, I hit against it and it slowed me down and then canceled my triple jump. Or maybe I just derped and I misjudged and I am dumb. Always a possibility. Must consider all things. Okay, that did not go as well as what I normally do. I was trying to be smart and do something faster, but instead I didn't. I really don't like Dino Skip. I understand how it works and stuff, but like I don't really like it. It's awesome, but I hate performing it is more so the issue. Boop. Okay. I hate... Why can't she just be 1 step further back to start off with? That would make this fight so much easier to do with, like, a good time. Okay, that went really well, though. Or the third hit went really well. I mean, the first hit's kind of a given. The second hit I tend to mess up the most, and the third hit went really well. Bye. I expect to be approximately neutral on this split. Unless I, like, totally botch doing this movement at the end here. I don't know why. I need to, like, practice this little segment of movement. I guess I'm practicing it every time I do a run. Because I typically don't reset before it. Actually, that's not true. Probably my biggest reset point is right at the very, very beginning. Or within Cap Kingdom. But, like... See, that was pretty good. I can live with that. Nice. Oh, and this should save just a little nugget of time as well. I think doing that movement properly helps a lot. Because I think I've wasted some time there, like, many times in the past, just kind of derping up. And just, like, having the little tiny time losses there. Plus, my boss fights have generally been better. There we go. Minus 6.7. The only problem with this run is that there's a lot of big time saves, and if I don't get the big time saves, it's like I'm so unsatisfied that it's like I don't even want to continue this run. I guess that's kind of how it was with the any percent no reset that I did earlier. Is it's like, man, I have a minute to save, and instead of saving a minute, I saved nothing. But like this split, for example, I have 28 seconds to be saved. And it's like, nice. But if I don't save the 28 seconds, it's like, no! There is so much time to be saved. I don't want to go even on this split. But, I don't know. It didn't really matter too much. That's the thing, though, is that, like, getting the PB is easy in this run, but getting a PB that I'm actually like, okay, I'm satisfied with this, is like a whole different story. What the heck happened there? Whoop. I love that if you ground pound into a pipe, you just like... Yeah, that's the thing, is that it's like, if you get a PB that's like, oh, I shaved off 1 second of my total time. It's like, there's no satisfaction in that. Oh, bonk. I keep bonking there. Woohoo! I also really hate rolling over that hill right there. I feel like sometimes it just doesn't want to cooperate with me, and I go flying way over to the side, like right into the cacti. Cactuses? Cacti? Boo! Still. Okay, there's the part of this whole desert that I hate the most. Knocked out of the way, just like that. Nice, and I actually got the double ground pound finally. I have like a 50-50 like hit or miss on that double ground pound. Okay. I keep messing up the roll into long jumps. I keep rolling off the edges and then throwing my hat instead of long jumping. And that's no bueno. Like, I really need to not mess that up. Fortunately, there was much easier to recover than the previous one, but still. And then I barely need any coins in this run, so that's enough, because once I get the other ones from over with the bullet bill, that's simple enough. Oh, no! And then I'm missing the next bullet bill, too. Ah, that's so unfortunate. Man, feels bad. Especially because the last one, I, like, derped up so much, and then I got the 2 bills properly. And then this one kind of started off, like, working out. I guess I kind of derped up a little bit as well. But then, like, that's just some time lost, unfortunately. Which doesn't matter unless I miss the bird. Missing the bird is the worst thing that could ever happen in this run, basically. That's basically just instantaneous run over. Which I have to be careful to not let happen right now. Which it did not, so that's good. And I went right under that moon. That's unfortunate. I didn't hold Cappy out because I was concentrating on turning my camera to face the correct direction. Nice. This might even gold. Maybe. It's gonna be super close. And that was even with missing the bullet bills. Like, I had to get 4 bullet bills. That's terrible. You only want 2. Oh no, just below gold. I take it back. Wait, what? I'm confused. I thought it was a gold, but then I thought it wasn't a gold. It was like perfectly on par with my gold. But still, saving, I'm down 30, or I'm up 35 seconds. I confuse myself with numbers. It's like, up is good, down is bad. But up is minus, and down is plus. I did that earlier, too. I keep grabbing onto that pole for some reason. Oh, nice. I actually curved around that corner properly without derping and running into the walls and losing my speed. And I didn't even swim when I ground pounded down to the Cheep Cheep. That's the dream. Please pick up the moon. I hate this stupid Cheep Cheeps. Okay, at least I'm moving in the correct direction right now. Now, if I can just get a good fight on this guy up here, and also not mess this up. I've been messing up getting up there quite a bit. Okay, that's a step in the right direction. That's another step in the right direction. Okay, great. That went awesome. That fight was pretty much perfect, so... I should save maybe like a tiny snippet of time here. Or I'll just go even. I mean, the split here, unless there's like a huge mistake, there's not a lot of time to save or lose. Oh my goodness, I'm going crazy. The left side of my nose, it's just so itchy. Can I just have it? Can I just get it chopped off? Like, send help. Burn. Nice. And now I have big time save in the Nut Kingdom as well. This is what I mean by I have big time save in this run. And then I keep choking it out in the what's it called? Nighttime Metro Kingdom. Although I really like Metro Kingdom, and there's actually a whole bunch of time for me to save in the Metro Kingdom as well, as long as I like don't full on derp. Because before I was just like I was so used to any percent route. That, oh no. I was so used to the any percent route that I kept picking up moons that I didn't need because, like, in Festival percent, you don't actually need all the moons in Metro City, or Metro Kingdom. So it's like, collecting moons is pretty much worthless. You only need the, like, story moons, basically. Just scroll to the right when I tell you to, please. The menus in this game are so clunky. I mean, for all the smooth movement, it's like minus swimming. The menus just do not live up. Also, that was kind of slow. Like, the movement there, I could have done a lot faster. But this is kind of fine. Boop. Doop, boop. Okay, I need to learn how to do this pipe better. I always do it wrong, or I always like get hit by stuff and just like derp. Except right now, apparently. Although the pipe's not done. There we go. There's my obligatory getting hit for the moment. In the stupid flooding pipe way. The freaking flooding derp way where I just always suck. Okay, now don't fall into the abyss, which I have done far more times than I would care to admit. Which is really shameful, because you don't even, after you long jump, you don't even have to press any buttons, and you already, like, you automatically don't make it in there, as long as you do the dive and stuff. Now please let me get the stupid nut bonk. I keep messing it up in every run, and it's driving me crazy. This is my favorite trick in the whole game. Why do I keep messing it up? I don't understand. Did they raise the nut by like 0.5 millimeter? Which is Canadian for 0.5 millimeter? Like, it triggers me. It's supposed to go dun 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 dun. Moon. Like, it's so satisfying when it happens right. Like, once I finish this run, I'm just going back here and I'm just doing that over and over. Until I finally get it down again. Neat, we can use that to get across. That's great, Cappy. Thanks for noticing. I wouldn't have been able to figure that out without you. Okay, now... I'm glad I didn't accidentally derp and fall off there, because that would have been a really tragic end to this run. Pretty much any end to this run would be really tragic, though, to be honest. Because not getting the free PB when you have a free PB is really unfortunate. And then I go for the safety step there. I don't know why, I just like miss it every time if I don't. I think I said that when I was last here, but still. Drives me crazy. Maybe I should just practice that more. I mean, there's a lot of things I should just practice more, quite frankly. Boop. And then if I actually do this fight right for the first time today, it takes like 2 seconds. Okay, that felt like a good wooded kingdom. Unless I forget to skip cutscenes and stuff still. One thing that just slightly bothers me is that the way that the multi-moons are positioned and the movement you have to do to grab them in the least amount of time is different. Like they're... like, you'll be slightly... I just stumbled over my words so much there. You'll be slightly further away, or they'll be slightly higher up, or you'll gain your movement slightly later, and stuff like that. So it's like some of them, you can long jump right into them, and some of them, you have to, like, jump dive into them because they're higher up and you're closer. And, like, it's like, why are those different? Why are they all spaced out in weird ways? Am I going to get 2 PBs where I screwed up the nut bonk today? Is this a gold split? Yep. Minus 113, wow. Except I do have to go through Lost Kingdom, which stresses me out every time. Because dying there is, like, the most punishing death you can possibly get in the whole game, basically. Because you don't go in and out of pipes, you don't get any checkpoints, you don't get anything like that, and the bird respawns if you die. Whoops, I thought there was another cutscene to be skipped there, but obviously I was incorrect. And the bird respawning really sucks. Like, big ween. I was almost too close there. But I wasn't too close, so it worked out just fine. I like the slow roll when you just like dive roll and hold L. Or when you long jump and hold L. Okay. Okay, I thought I was too close there, so I thought he was going to take his hat back, but he didn't. I keep standing just slightly too far away from Bowser. I actually have like 20 seconds to save on this split too, so as long as I don't mess it up. I mean, it's kind of do or die, basically. It's like I can take my time, but if I mess it up, it's just like, oh hey, you lose so much. Although I could probably still PB even if I mess it up, but if that happens, it's like, great. I missed the triple jump there. And I somehow saved it. And then I bonked. Great. Fantastic. Well, there goes my time. So even though I saved it the first time... What is happening? Where are my triple jumps? This is like the worst lost I've had, like, in forever. That's really quite lame. Because that was a lot of derping around just now. Why did he continue rolling and then do a long jump there? I still have a minute. I'm not going to lose all my time, but that's still unfortunate. What is up, CG Speedruns? How are you doing tonight, in my case, but today, depending on where you hail from. Ah. Today. Actually, that's something that's kind of interesting, is that I'm on the west coast of Canada. So, being on the west coast, when I stream, is typically kind of late for east coasters. But I've had a couple people, like, in Europe and stuff, that are like, oh, it's early morning for me, and then they stop by my stream, and it's like, oh, wow. It's just odd. But, I mean, not that I know where you're from or anything, but... Okay, that lost was super bad. But I'm still going to be about 40 seconds ahead. If I can save some time on Metro City Night... 8 a.m. Nice. If I can save some time on Metro City Night, which I think I can... because I've been derping and going for extra moons a lot recently. Or in all my runs, basically, up until the last ones that I've been trying to do. It's like free time save, basically. Because I don't have to go for the crap that I've been going for. Okay, almost screwed that up and died. That would have been not great. Now, hopefully... Don't hit me right as I stand up. Now, hopefully... Okay, well, I'm not really saving much time if I'm just derping around. What's my any percent PB? My any percent PB is nothing to really write home about. It's a 119.25, and I actually got that about an hour ago. So it's nothing too absurd, but it is a fresh PB for me. I've kind of been on and off with Mario Odyssey. I kind of started speedrunning it right when it first came out, and then I kind of took a break, and then I kind of started speedrunning it some more. Then I kind of took a break, and then I just went through all of Luigi's Balloon World all the way up to rank 50, and I was like, you know what, I'm feeling some speedruns, so I did a couple speedruns. Got a PB in that, and now I'm hoping to get a matching PB in Festival Percent. Except that's not how you get a PB. But fortunately, I did not die just now. I actually care a little bit more about Festival Percent than I do about any percent, but only because I invented this category. So I can always hold that over the heads of every other person who runs it. Although if you go to the forums, you'll see that it was submitted by Wipeout Jack. He's one of my regular viewers. But I started streaming Festival Percent before it was real, because I thought it would be cool. And that's the whole story. I was like, I like the New Donk City Festival. I want to run the New Donk City Festival as a category. So I started doing that, and Jack's like, I'll submit it to the forums. So he submitted it to the forums. I submitted a run on the forums, and then somehow it got enough support, so now it's a real category. Which technically, because I was the first person to ever submit a run for what's now a real category, I very briefly held the world record in Festival Percent, and then someone who's actually good played it, and now I suck. But I can hold on to the satisfaction of knowing there was a time. That sucked. I hate how that just worked out for me. He positioned that as far up as possible, so I wasn't able to shoot it. And that means I'm going to lose a bit of time again. I hate this boss. This boss is like the worst thing Nintendo has ever created. That's not true. But it's definitely not my favorite in this game. This is where I keep losing my runs in this category, is exactly here. This split. I keep just derping it out. But I'm still gonna be ahead by 15. Or 10. Okay, well. As long as I don't lose time here, I can still... make something happen. Or I can still barely get a PB, although this is going to be a really unsatisfying PB. I also shouldn't dive there, because then I get stuck falling. Or then I get stuck on the landing, instead of just being able to go right away. But it's fine. Now, sir. Oh, this is going to be a really interesting PB to run against once I, or if it turns out to actually... Please? Why is he not rolling? You're in London, brought everything but the Joy-Cons. Dude, that's unfortunate. Festival percent I kind of like because it, I mean, I decided to start running it for a reason. I like that it's half as long as any percent. That's a big selling point for me. I like the fact that the New Donk City Festival's in it because I like the festival. I like the... What do I even like about this? I like that I don't have to fight Mecha Brutals. Because that's like a big point for me that I just suck at. And it makes me feel bad. Because Mecha Brutals are like... They're a big potential time save in my any percent. Actually, I did a pretty good fight today, although it still wasn't perfect, and I got a nice Bowser's Kingdom gold split, but... My old PB was 123.13, so I saved a little shy of 4 minutes today. In any percent. Yeah, it was a nice run, especially because I had done a no reset to kind of get myself back in the groove a little bit. And then I went straight from the no reset to a 4-minute PB, so it's like that's the dream, basically. Nice. That's awesome. Getting big PBs is really satisfying, because it's like, man, I played like a god compared to the last time. But then even still, it's like, man, I got 119.25. There's still 13 minutes to save compared to the world record time. So it's like, there's so much time save left in the run. But I guess you can only compare so much with world record, because like the world record people are crazy. They're just pumping out runs like mad. So it's like they're a whole different tier of player. Okay, now if I can have a good festival, which I know takes about 2 minutes, then I can... All I have to do is not bonk right at the start like I have been doing every time. Okay, that's a good start. Unfortunately, festival percent, one of the things that I... Yeah, exactly. It's like you feel like you played like a god, but you still have so much time left to save when you get a huge PB like that, and it's like, where is all this time save? Probably my least favorite thing about festival percent is that since it ends with picking up the multi-moon, you don't actually get to stay in the festival. And picking up the multi-moon is a really inconvenient time to hit the split button. Because it's like, you need your hand on the controller to pick up the moon. But then you need your hand on your keyboard to hit the split. The thing with the festival, too, is that there's not much optimizing to be done for the New Donk City Festival, except successfully jumping through there. There we go. 39.45. Not a oh, that was a perfect 620.00 split. I'm happy with that one. But not a fantastic PB, especially if you see half the run ago at the Wooded Kingdom when I was still a minute ahead and then I lost it. But dude, one night 2 PBs? I can live with that. That's pretty good.